Trying this YouTube thing has been really interesting. It's taught me some really interesting skills like video production, negotiation, brand partnerships. But honestly, one of the best perks of this job is that I get to try out some absolutely incredible products and review them and compare them against their competitors. For example, hold on. I've got 4 different massage guns here, and I've probably tried another 2 dozen. I've got this device called the Uller that can either cool or heat my bed, and that helps me fall asleep and sleep more deeply throughout the night. So this is its competitor. It's a bed. It's a bed that heats up and cools down. Plus it can track things like sleep, your heart rate, and your heart rate variability. Some really interesting stuff, and we'll talk more about that later. For me, it's because I get to find out exactly what works best for me with products I was already planning on purchasing. You know, not everybody has the financial means to buy something like an Apple Watch and all of its competitors. I think that's why I take this reviewing job so seriously, because I know the information that I give you could potentially save you from a horrible purchasing experience. This video right here was the first review that I did. It was a review on the Apple Watch versus Whoop. Now, there were quite a few reviews out there on the Apple Watch and the Whoop, but not comparing them together, and even fewer still were really getting into the weeds about the pros and cons of both. And I think that's why when I did my extensive review comparing them, I did so well and it just kind of took off. Now, ever since that video came out, I get asked at least once a month to do a Whoop versus Oura Ring video, or like a Fitbit versus Apple Watch video. And I don't think that's going to stop anytime soon, because the market of fitness trackers and wearables is rapidly expanding. Just the other day, Fitbit's new product Lux premiered. Apple Watch Series 7 is just around the corner, and it's supposed to have some amazing tech. And then just barely got my hands on a little known but amazing device called the Omega Wave. So after all of the testing and reviewing, which device is my daily driver? More importantly, why? The most common reason I've heard from people that they don't like a specific fitness tracker or wearable is because it's not that accurate. Now, there are 2 reasons for this, and the first of which, improper fit. You see, most smartwatches and fitness trackers are very similar to this. They're big, they're square, they're flat, and that does not fit the shape of the human wrist very well. What does that lead to? Well, it leads to more space getting in between the sensor and the skin, and that's going to cause a faulty reading. However, Whoop, if you can see that, is actually curved, so it fits your wrist. What does that mean? Less faulty readings due to improper fit. Now, the second reason why Whoop is better than the rest when it comes to accuracy is the algorithm. Whoop is taking an astonishing 1,000 readings per second. Every millisecond, Whoop takes a reading. Compare that to something like the Oura Ring, which is really good, but it's 250 readings per second. Or compare that to the Apple Watch, which takes readings anywhere from 12 per second all the way up to 1 for every 5 minutes. So even when compared against the Oura Ring, it's taking 4 times the amount of data. Plus, Whoop is the only wearable I know that is running algorithms and calculations to ensure that the readings it is taking aren't corrupted. The app. It is so easy to use. Everything that you would want is available right when you first open the app. I'll show you what I mean. Turn the phone on. Let's go to Whoop. It's already up. I get my recovery, my day strain, calories burned, my HRV, and the amount of sleep I want all on one page, front and center. First thing I see when I open the app. I'd say Oura Ring comes in second. However, because they don't use colors, it actually takes longer to interpret. Like, we already know red, yellow, green, and blue. Like, those are just so ingrained into our daily lives that's instantaneous. Now, it does have readiness, sleep, active goal progress, but you got to scroll through it, and sometimes those numbers, like your readiness score of 74, can actually be kind of camouflaged depending on the graphics they put it in front of. So the graphics behind the numbers will sometimes camouflage it, and so sometimes I'll find myself like, it's not major, but it does make a difference. Whoop also interprets all of the data for you, and if you're a beginner, that's huge. The health app provides a ton of data, but if you're new to this, all of the data can seem overwhelming and at the same time kind of meaningless. Let's say I want to find my heart rate variability. It's not on this first page. I'm going to have to go into browse. I'm going to have to know to go into my heart, and then I can find my heart rate variability. But again, if I'm a beginner, I don't really know whether that heart rate variability has meant I'm recovered or not. And forget about Fitbit. Their UI was so tedious and annoying, I sent it back within the week. My time is disturbingly important to me. I don't know about you, but nothing irks me more than when somebody or something wastes my time. Whoop saves me time in 2 different ways. The first is that you don't have to do anything with Whoop. You just wear it. Whether you're gonna get a lift in, maybe do a jiu-jitsu class or go for a run, it knows what you've done and for how long. There's no starting or stopping a workout or telling it what kind of activity you're going to do or what kind of activity you just finished. Best of all, the longer you wear Whoop, the better it gets at identifying the activities you do most. Now, that's not to say you can't manually start and stop a workout, or that there's not a list of activities that you can choose from. There's more activities than you can shake a stick at. I'm just saying that if you don't want to manually enter workouts, you don't have to. The second way that Whoop saves you time is the way the charger works. To give you the opposite example, let's say this Oura Ring. Well, first of all, I gotta take the Oura Ring off, which is a pain in the ass. Then I have to grab its very specific charging base, put it on there, grab a USB-C cable. Apple Watch, right? You're doing this every single day pretty much. Every 36 hours, you gotta grab its very specific charger, put it on there, and again, you have to take the Apple Watch off. I don't know why, maybe this is minor, but I find this whole taking the device off, putting it back on and charging, I find that rigmarole just so annoying. This is how Whoop does it. Here's the battery pack. Here's your Whoop. You slide it on and you go about your day. This battery pack is ingenious. In the nearly 2 years that I've had Whoop, I have never had an issue that's required me to buy a new Whoop, a new strap, or send it in for repairs. I've got a different strap because I liked the way this band looked, and I've had a software issue that was fixed over the phone. I have smashed this thing into the rocks on hikes. It's handled crazy weather, super gnarly winters here in Salt Lake, 115 degrees, in Las Vegas. It's been underwater for hundreds of hours, and it's been smacked into I don't know how many times during jiu-jitsu. The thing just lasts. I can't say the same thing about my Apple Watch. Finally, the most important reason why I continue to choose Whoop over everything else, because as of this moment, it is still the most complete. The Oura Ring is awesome, but it does not track any activity during the activity. There's no heart rate, no calories burned, no timing function. The Apple Watch is pretty amazing, and it does some seriously awesome things, but only for a day, because after that the battery's dead. Wise Watch is only $20, but it doesn't really track anything significant. And the Omega Wave is head and shoulders above everything else when it comes to analysis. But that's all it does. It doesn't track anything. I'm sure something will come along in the future that has better battery life, better technology, and at a better price. But that's not right now. So until then, I'm going to continue to use Whoop. Listen, if you liked this video, please hit the like button. I can't tell you how far it goes with this YouTube algorithm. It's the #1 factor in getting this video seen by more people just like you. A lot of people that are pretty interested in things like Whoops and Apple Watches and such. Finally, if you like content that's going to help you move, feel, and perform better both mentally and physically, well, please hit that subscribe button. It's free, and it makes you eligible to win some of the awesome stuff that we give away on this channel. Guys, thanks again for watching. Catch you on the next one. Peace!